Hello, my name is Crystal and you're watching the Noodle System. I am all decked out in my Katy Perry t-shirt and I'm going to put some false lashes on right now. Alright, I kind of got the lashes on now. I'm doing the eyeshadow. I'm trying to match the Katy Perry clown. Not for any particular reason, only just to have fun. So we have been a really big fan of Katy Perry's new album, and we wanted to talk about our favorite songs. So not all of the noodles want to front, so I am their spokesperson. Hi, my name is Maroon, and I'm the clown. I'm the clown of the system. And we actually went to clown college when we were 10 years old. Yep, that's right. We did makeup and noses and costumes, and we did all kinds of funny things, and we did parades. It was something I did in second grade, and a second grade teacher was in charge of our clown college after school on Wednesdays, and it was a lot of fun. So this is hitting the closest home to me because I feel like it was just yesterday.
When you're done, can you do something for me?
Yeah, what's up? No, we're not a makeup artist. Not for a clown or otherwise. Oh, that's really pink. Well, the makeup did not turn out as we had expected. I guess we needed to do more blue up here and then put the eyebrows up here. But you know what? We're just going to go with it. All right, so the album itself does not have 17 new Katy Perry songs. It actually is missing a couple of her new songs, and she has them on exclusive albums. But we did purchase the regular CD, I guess, and we've been listening to it nonstop like crazy. But each noodle wanted to represent at least one Katy Perry song, and so let's go ahead and get started with the lyrics and our opinion and our reason why we love this song. Okay? So my song that I've chosen is Small Talk. If you remember Small Talk, it was one that's not on her new album, but it was one that came out, I thought it came out last year. And I think if you buy a certain something, I don't know, maybe it's on something else. Oh, we forgot the most important part. We forgot our emergency clown nose. Definitely cannot forget about that. Oh, perfect. Perfect. All right, this is going to be awesome. My nose is too big for this. It's about ready to fall out. I lost my lighting. It died on me. Okay, so we are going to review some lyrics here. I don't know if you remember, Small Talk was out just last year, and that is the song that I've chosen as Maroon Noodle. The lyrics say, "Isn't it strange that you used to know me? All the lights." Whoa. All right, here are the lyrics. It says, "Isn't it strange that you used to know me? All the highs and lows and in-betweens, and now you see me and just say, hey. Isn't it weird that you've seen me naked? We had conversations about forever, now it's about the weather, okay. And I just can't believe we went from strangers to lovers to strangers in a lifetime. Now just memories, we've gone from strangers to lovers to strangers. So the reason why I've chosen this song as my song is because I am known to be the weird one. I am known to be a little strange amongst everybody else in the system. And yeah, I will either be really good friends with someone or I'm too weird for them. I'm like a stranger to them and they want nothing to do with me. So that's why I chose this song as my song. All right, so the next song we're going to choose, that Red chose for her song, the next song that we're going to do for Red is the next person, or let me try this again. All right, the next song we are going to tell you about is Red's choice. Now, Red is our persecutor in the system. We have one other persecutor, but she's one of the louder ones. She chose High on Your Supply. Now, High on Your Supply was a Target only release on the new Katy Perry album, so you may not have heard it if you have the same one we have, but we saw it on the internet and she just absolutely loved it because it is kind of a persecuting type of song. And maybe Katy Perry wrote it as a song to herself because it is all about social media and gaining validation from others and stuff like that. We just thought it was a really great song. It says, "Your Instagram embarrassing, living a poser life, got bigger lips and paid friendships, but losing the light in your eyes. Your only friend, your reflection, arching your back for likes. I knew you when we'd laugh at them. Now you're the stereotype. You got high on your supply, you fell in, and now you're tripping. Yeah, you got high on your supply, bought the hype, and now you're slipping. You got high, your head, you got a head so swollen, you got a vibe so broken. Oh, why do you keep telling yourself all them lies?" This is a very interesting choice that she chose because she goes into more and more and more ways that she's talking down to herself for just aching all those approvals and stuff like that. So this was perfect for Red because we were addicted to social media quite a bit. We were addicted so badly that Facebook was our identity for a long time, that Kathy mask, that facade. So I thought it was a very good song for her to choose. All right, next we have Peach. She chose the song on Katy Perry's album Only Love. And the lyrics say 86,400 seconds in a day. I swear lately most of them have been a waste. Okay, she chose Only Love. The lyrics go like this. They say 86,400 seconds in a day. I swear lately, most of them have been a waste. I feel them come and go, bury my mistakes. But time just goes on in a way. If I had one day left to live, and if the stars went out on me, the truth is, there's so much I'd say and do if I had nothing to lose, nothing to lose. I'd call my mother and tell her I'm sorry. I'd never call her back. I'd pour my heart and soul into a letter and send it to my dad. Oh God, the time I've wasted, lost in my head. Let me leave this world with hate behind me and take the love instead. Give me only love, only love. And then this part right here. I swear sometimes I hear myself talking, getting mad. Take shit so personal, like it really matters. Am I awake or am I sleepwalking? Tell me that. It's scary how quickly I lose perspective and I react. So, if you can't already see why Peach really identifies with this song, of course the mother angle, and Peach is our mother caretaker type noodle, but then you've also got little drops of our childhood in there. We got the sleepwalking that we did when we were 11 years old, and that is when we really felt Peach's presence in our childhood, was when we were 11. And then we've also got how scary it is when I lose perspective and I react. She's responding to her fear of when the other noodles in our system react, when we take things personal. So it's just a very loving song. It's a very only love, you know, we want to leave the hate behind. We just really love that song, and I can understand why Peach chose that as her song. The next one is Orange, and she chose I'll Cry About It Later because she's got a job to do. She's always had the goal-oriented type of personality. She's always had the goal-oriented personality, and in this song, it's basically like putting aside problems and emotions to just focus on something else. In this song, she's talking about pouring and drinking and body to body and stuff like that. Like, and that's not what Orange's goal was on choosing this song. It was more or less, we aren't going to deal with that right now. We're going to cry about that later. I got a job to do. So that was pretty much why she chose Cry About It Later. The next one is Gold. Gold, it chose Harley's in Hawaii, and we remember why Gold chose Harley's in Hawaii. We were getting down to the last couple of songs on the track, and everyone's trying to pick their song, and Gold was the only one that hadn't really settled on one, and she didn't want to grab Harley's in Hawaii. It was up for grabs, but she didn't really feel like the message had anything to do with her or her personality, and she was kind of frustrated with it. But it wasn't until the very, very final reason why she chose it as her song was because Katy Perry released a cartoon. It's like a black and white cartoon. It looks very Popeye or Mickey Mouse, like back in the early days, cartoon style. And it's got this little hula girl that's doing this. And Gold really likes that noodle. I mean, Gold Noodle really likes that girl, that cartoon, because she's 5 and she really does identify with, you know, things of that kind of aesthetic, is cartoony type things. So that's the only reason why she chose Harley in Hawaii. The lyrics aren't really particular to why Gold chose it. All right, then you've got Yellow. Yellow chose Smile, obviously, for obvious reason. Yellow has always been a little bit of a toxic positivity type of person, where she always pushes other people to be positive, even if they aren't feeling like it, even if they have a right to not be positive in that moment. And so this song just sounded like it fit her perfectly. When she chose it, we were like, yep, we all knew it would be Yellow's song, because the lyrics say, I'm thankful, scratch that baby, I'm grateful, gotta say it's been a while, but now I got back that smile. I'm so thankful, scratch that baby, right? And then it goes into going through the motions, felt so fake, not myself, not my best, felt like I failed the test, but every tear has been a lesson. Rejection can be God's protection. Long, hard road to get that redemption. No shortcuts to be a blessing. Like, it seems like a little too cheesy for the rest of us noodles, but for her, it's like perfect. It's like her anthem. So she really likes that. I won't go into all the lyrics, but if you've heard the song, of course, you will understand why Yellow identifies with that one. All right, so next one, we're going to skip over Lime and Green for just a second. We're gonna go straight to Mint. Mint really likes Champagne Problems. If you've heard Champagne Problems, it is, I want to see you as soon as I wipe the crust from my eyes. Till the day I die, could you be the love of my life? I'm a soldier for you, baby. I've earned my stripes. Makeups to the breakups. Times we could have gave up. We put the dirty work in, so now we know it's worth it. Now we're celebrating. I'm so glad we made it this far, because all we got are champagne problems now. Now, as far as I understand it, Mint isn't fully decided on the should we stay with Jim or shouldn't we stay with Jim saga. But she is a very much of a truth speaker right now, and I think she really identified with this song because as a couple, Crystal and Jim have really grown, and there is a lot of history and a lot of things to be proud of, and a lot of things that we could, if we ended up divorcing someday or something, we'd still be proud of the hard work that we put in. We'd still be proud, and I would hope that everybody would shake hands amicably because we gave it the best run that we could do. And maybe that's why Mint chose this song for herself, because it really is I'm grateful for you, and it's been hard, but all we have is champagne problems now. That's why she chose that song, I'm guessing. All right, now we have Jeannie. I said her name. I didn't realize I said her name. But Jeannie is the teal noodle, and I guess that's just came right out. I didn't realize it. Okay. This one is probably the most upbeat and happy song. I even say it's better than Smile, and it's Never Really Over. And because Teal Jeannie, that's her name, has a little bit of an addiction with being codependent to the husband, we could totally see why she chose this song. And the lyrics are, I'm losing my self-control. You're starting to trickle back in, but I don't want to fall down the rabbit hole. Cross my heart, I won't do it again. I tell myself, draw the line, and I do. But once in a while, I trip up and I cross the line, and I think of you. Just because it's over doesn't mean it's really over. And if I think it over, maybe you'll be coming over again, and I'll have to get over you all over again. Now, we are in a codependence group on Facebook because it is a real problem to be addicted to relationship abuse. Even if the guy says absolutely want nothing to do with you, and you're still kind of clingy and going after him all the time, yeah, you might be a codependent. It's not just about clinginess either. It's also about enabling someone else's poor behavior for the sake of your own, well-being. And that's what Teal has been doing to us. And so she recognizes that she needs to keep her balance. And so this room was something Mint and her came up with to try to help the addiction. And that's why we stay in here as often as possible. So Never Really Over, we think, is a great anthem for Teal, but it's also, I don't know, it sounds like a sabotaging anthem because she makes fun of it. Like, she makes fun of her addiction. So it's catchy, it's cute, I like it, she likes it, but it's probably not the best thing for her to make fun of something so serious for us as a system. The lyrics are really great. We won't go into them right now. All right. Next is Crybaby. That's what we had called her for a really long time, but she is our cyan blue noodle. Sometimes she's cyany, sometimes she's bluey. It just kind of depends on her mood and her maturity, and if because she's kind of an age slider. Sometimes she's as vulnerable as a baby, and sometimes she's yeah. So it's really hard to determine where she's at because she's the most emotional one of the system. And she chose Teary Eyes, and her lyrics are, have you ever lost the light in your life? Have you ever left yourself behind? Have you ever lied and replied, I'm fine? 'Cause I can see you've lost the light in your life. Wanna run like your mascara? Wine-stained lips talking to the mirror. If the sun comes up, don't even care at all. Just keep dancing with those teary eyes. Promise one day, baby, they're gonna dry. Just keep dancing with those teary eyes. If love has left you with a question mark, if trust has left you fallen in nobody's arms, if you want to hide like your emotions, heart can't break. Heart can't break. It's already broken. If the sun comes up, okay, so basically, just keep on dancing through those teary eyes. Makes sense, right? So we really appreciate that song for her because it is just okay, okay, I'll just keep crying. I'm not trying to make fun of her, but that's kind of the vibe we're getting from that song. All right, the next song that was chosen was Resilient, and that one was chosen by Indigo. Now, Indigo's song that he chose, here's the lyrics. It says, I know there's gotta be rain if I want the rainbows. Don't we love that lyric already? And I know the higher I climb, the harder the wind blows. I've gone to sleep night after night, punching the pillows, but do you know the darker the night, the brighter the stars glow? 'Cause I am resilient, full flower moment, won't let the concrete hold me back. I am resilient, born to be brilliant, you'll see me grow right through the cracks, 'cause you're gonna watch this flower grow right through the cracks. And then it's, I've got to shed all the skin if I want the distance. Let the sun in, pull out the weeds, and focus my vision. 'Cause there's no mistake, just bends and breaks and friction. But do you know the hotter the fire, the purer the gold is? We felt like there was a lot of references to a lot of noodles in there. We've got the focus the vision, that's an orange thing. We've got the sun, that's yellow thing. We've got the stars, we've got the sleep, we've got the rainbows. I mean, there's a lot of things going on here. We really love this song because Indigo is our shield and our tough armor. He's a protector. So we really felt like the resiliency that he has in our system really does shine through with this song, and we really like it, and we can understand why he chose it. All right, the next song was Daisies by Lilac Noodle. Now, if you remember Lilac Noodle, she is our fortune teller. She thinks she can see all and know all and everything. And I think that she was trying to say something because we've got some dreams for ourselves. We got our visions set really far into the future. With the help of Lilac Noodle, she's given us hope of seeing a brighter future, and we really appreciate that. So the song says, lyrically, it says, told them your dreams and they all started laughing. I guess you're out of your mind until it actually happens. So the idea that we feel like we're out of our mind right now, but we really want to use this for something really great someday, that really gives us hope that they might be laughing now, but until it actually happens, let's just go ahead and look like we're out of our minds. We're perfectly fine with that. So when did you all stop believing in magic? Why did we put all our hopes in a box in the attic? And all of that stuff is very visual references, and it's very, very lyrically, poetically written, but we literally have boxes and boxes of stuff in the storage shed and the dining room and the garage and like cabinets and drawers and closets, and we really need to go through and put our dreams and our magic and stuff like into actuality, and to put it into production somewhere, whether it be just for ourselves like in a scrapbook so that we can refer back to it, or I don't know, publicly put it on a blog or something and just recall our memories. We don't need to have a bunch of stuff in an attic. So we thought that was a good song, and just really inspiring for a lot of reasons. And then of course Katy Perry had her baby not that long ago, but obviously it's going to be a while before you see this video, so, and I am kind of late on my Katy Perry review in hindsight, but she named her baby Daisy, and the song's name is Daisies, so I thought it was great. The next song is What Makes a Woman, and Magenta chose that song. And here's what here's the lyrics that she just absolutely loved. It says, is it the way I talk sweet, the way my skin is soft, or how I can be a bitch and make you keep your fingers crossed? Is it the way that I praise you, or the way that I please you, or how fast I change my mind and you get scared that I might leave you? That right there is like perfect, because Magenta is our biggest advocate for us leaving the marriage. And husband is really worried that we might leave him a lot of times. And so because how fast we change our minds and how he thinks we might leave him, it was just perfect for her. It's a perfect song for her. And then you've also got the lyric that says, is it the way I cut my hair and put no makeup on? I feel most beautiful doing what the fuck I want. That is like perfect, because before March, our hair was down to our waist and it was dark blackish brown, and husband never wanted us to have short hair. Husband never wanted us to have short hair, but in a fit of rage, we chopped it off, and it was the worst thing ever that we could have done to him. And so those lyrics are really perfect. It's a very Magenta thing for her to do, and for her to say, is it the way I cut my hair and we stopped wearing makeup too, put no makeup on, feel most beautiful doing what the fuck I want? It's like, yes, yes. Okay. And then today we wear makeup just for the sake of the clown makeup thing. Okay. The next one is Tucked. Oh my gosh, we really liked the song Tucked. We thought it was cute. But then we saw the little cartoon with the broccoli. Did you see that? Oh my gosh. And it made us blush, and it made us feel dirty, and it made us feel naughty, even though it was about candy and broccoli. Really, it has a lot of hidden innuendo in it. If you happen to be interested, you can go watch that. But Pinky is our sexual altar, and because she's our sexual altar, she's really the only one that kind of goes there. And so she definitely chose this as her pretty woman vibe, and I just think it's really cute that she likes this song that much. But it's a catchy tune, it really is. So the lyrics say, it's a catchy tune, it really is. It's a catchy tune, it really is. All right, so here is the lyrics. It says, no one knows where my mind goes. I keep you on the low, I must confess. I've been painting us, the picture makes me blush. My imagination at its best, I could put us on an island, I can put us on a mansion, I can put us in a back seat. And then it goes into, I can keep you tucked away inside my head, where I can find you anytime I want to. As long as I keep you tucked deep, deep in my fantasy, because in reality, we're a mistake. Don't need permission to do what I do to you, when all you are to me is a sweet escape. I could put you on an island, put you on a mansion. I thought it was really cute. So really, if the only sexual altar that has, relations with husband is Pinky, and she chose this song, I think she's also saying that I can imagine it, and maybe I'll even do things once in a while, but we're a mistake. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into her choice too much, but we really thought it was a great choice for her, just because it's such a naughty little cartoon video. All right, so now that is the end of her new Smile album. Oh no, we have one more chose one more song, and we'll say that one last. But there are a few other altars that needed a Katy Perry song to complete this video. And so the next one we are choosing is Wide Awake. Purple chose this song, and Purple loves Wide Awake because even though he helps us avoid everything, and he helps us pretend like there's nothing going on and helps us keep our head in the sand. He chose this song for the lyrics because it says, I'm wide awake, I was in the dark, I was falling hard with an open heart. I'm wide awake, how did I read the stars so wrong? I'm wide awake, and now it's clear to me that everything you see ain't always what it seems. I'm wide awake, yeah, I was dreaming for so long. I wish I knew then what I know now, wouldn't dive in, wouldn't bow down. Gravity hurts, you made it so sweet, till I woke up on the concrete. Falling from cloud 9, crashing from the high, I'm letting go tonight, I'm falling from cloud 9. So the song is basically saying Purple understands what's going on around us. It's very, very awake, very aware. In fact, that's why he pushes us to avoid, because it's a protection mechanism. He is definitely in charge of the dissociations. He is definitely in charge of putting us into a relaxed state of mind with dissociating somehow, whether we're zoned out or checking out. I don't really know what else he does, really. We're so not aware of how he does it, but we know he does it. And he doesn't front as much as he influences the system. If you remember seeing The Labyrinth with David Bowie, and I forgot the actress's name. I know she's popular. Jennifer Connelly, I think that's her name. Anyways, if you remember, that was back in the 80s, 90s time frame. There's a dream sequence where she's in this, I think she's in this big heaping mess junkyard area, and he's got her under a spell, and she keeps trying to go and save her little brother, and she's trying to reach and she's trying to go, but he's got such a dreamlike state, and it's just very la da 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 da, like singing and dancing and beautiful gowns and beautiful, like, that's kind of how Purple is for us. He's not doing it for evil reasons, but if we're trying to be upset or angry or goal oriented or something like that, he really helps us get out of that by kind of drawing us in that sort of way. It's not a fictive sort of thing. It's just more or less just my way of describing on what it feels like to be pulled in by him, like a hypnotic state. All right, the next one is Iago. Did I say that before? I don't know if I've said Iago's name out loud before. Iago is Lime Noodle, and that is the fictive of our husband. And we used to understand him as actually him. We thought that he was actually telling us things, but it took us a while to recognize that no, that's just what we think is going on. And that's when really the voices were really, really strong. Before Mint even showed up, was Iago, husband, Lime Noodle in our head, telling us what to do all the time. This song is not what he would have chosen. In fact, he's not really getting a vote here, but we assigned him a Katy Perry song. And the Katy Perry song we chose for him was called Part of Me. It's a few years old, right? But it was the song that we were singing and dancing to ourselves the day we moved into this bedroom. And here's the lyrics. It says, days like this, I want to drive away, pack my bags and watch your shadow fade. You chewed me up and spit me out like I was poison in your mouth. You took my light, you drained me down, but that was then and this is now. Now look at me. This is the part of me that you're never gonna ever take away from me. This is the part of me that you're never ever gonna take away from me. No. Throw your sticks and your stones, throw your bombs and your blows, but you're not gonna break my soul. This is the part of me that you're never gonna ever take away from me. And then, see, because that happened in April, I'm getting chills just talking about it. That happened in April, and we had deleted our Facebook friends in March, the same night that we cut all our hair off. And it was really because he was angry with us for having Facebook friends that weren't of his approval. And it was a pretty devastating night for us to delete 300 and something Facebook friends that we really didn't want to get rid of. We got rid of our grandma, we got rid of siblings, we got rid of everybody in a fit of rage, like in a heightened Britney Spears moment. Shoom, boom, boom, deleted them all. And we had never been so angry before. But to move into this bedroom only a month later or less was our reclaiming of our independence on not going to be his punching bag anymore. And the next part of these lyrics, it says, I just want to throw my phone away, find out who is really there for me. You ripped me off, your love was cheap, was always tearing at the seams. I fell deep, you let me down, but that was then and this is now. Now look at me. And that really was when we were changing who he was in our mind. He was no longer this man who was scary to us. Now he was, everything he said after us moving in here was just wah, annoying, but it's still in there. So when we were trying to figure out what kind of noodles we had going on still and what we were hearing and what we were experiencing, he's still there. And sometimes he looks like a scary man, but he's not. He's really just an annoying parrot type of character in our head. We have to think of him that way. Otherwise, he's always going to think he can intimidate us. I feel like I'm talking too much. All right, Green has found hers. She lives in a fantasy type mentality all the time. She chose Unconditionally as her song from Katy Perry. It says, oh no, did I get too close? Oh, did I see what's really on the inside? All your insecurities, all the dirty laundry, never made me blink one time. It's true. All of the stuff that he has shown us, she's been the only one desperate enough to stay with him. She's the one that wants to stay with him. She's the one that's clinging the hardest. Teal Noodle feels like it's her job to fix it, and she is addicted to fixing him. But Green is addicted to him. And then you've also got Pink, who has a whole wrong understanding on what love is when she uses sexual things in exchange for love. So yeah, we've got those three are the hardest ones to crack the gym cycle. But probably sharing too much. But it says here, unconditionally, I will love you unconditionally. There is no fear now. There is no fear now. Let go and just be free. I will love you unconditionally. Come just as you are. Don't need apologies. Know that you are all worthy. I'll take your bad days with your good. Walk through this storm I would. I do it all because I love you. I love you unconditionally. And it's a beautiful song, and it's so beautiful. Like, all the stuff that she loves is really beautiful, and it would be nice if that's the way the world worked. Stop. Stop. Lay down. It would be nice if that's the way the world worked, but it isn't. The world doesn't work that way. And she's still kind of living in this fantasy that she thinks her marriage will be all perfect and better by the time we are done healing in this room, whatever that looks like. All right. We've got Firework. Everybody knows about Katy Perry's Firework. For some reason, we put Kathy's name to that, but she's not even really a noodle that fronts anymore or that really influences the system, but she is part of our history. And I think maybe if you want to say Kathy can get Firework, it's because she's on the rocking chair in the headspace, on the front porch, knitting booties for her grandchildren in retirement. She's waiting for the bat signal, so to speak, if we should ever need her. And we have needed her. She has come to our rescue on a couple of instances, short little stints, just trying to help us out. But her song here, it's like her encouraging us that we can do this, which is great. She left amicably. There wasn't hatred or anger or anything, but it basically says, after a hurricane comes a rainbow. Maybe there's a reason why all the doors are closed, so you could open one that leads you to the perfect road. Like a lightning bolt, your heart will glow, and when it's time, you'll know you've just got to ignite the light and let it shine. Just own the night like the 4th of July, because baby, you're a firework. Come on, show them what you're worth. Make them go, oh, 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 as you shoot across the sky. You're a firework. Let your colors burst. I mean, come on. If you are a rainbow noodle system like us, who's trying to speak our truth and trying to shine through the Kathy mask that we've set aside, that has to be our anthem that I could see Kathy given to us. So I appreciate that, Kathy. That's great. That's great. I guess I didn't remember that. I don't remember hearing about this. So maybe that was somebody else having that conversation with her. But that was awesome. Thank you. All right, the very last song. I know this has been long, but hey, if you're a Katy Perry fan, maybe you've watched all the way. I don't know. Not the End of the World is Black and White's anthem. Not the End of the World is Black and White anthem. Because Black and White Noodle to us used to be two completely separate things going on in our mind. We had White, which was the representation of our father who had passed away. We used to think that he was some sort of tulpa that we created to help bring us comfort, that he wasn't dead. He was just kind of with us like a ghost or an angel hanging out in our world all the time. But we didn't really know well what that was about. Like, the more we talked to him, the more he seemed present. Very much like a tulpa. We didn't know what tulpa was when we were 17. But that's, if I had to compare it to anything, that's what that is. Where the Black Noodle, like the Bird Box movie, if you were to look out, you could die just by looking. Your eyeballs need to stay covered, otherwise you could seriously have a deep desire to kill yourself, and that is really, really sad with the Bird Box movie. Very triggering. I wouldn't recommend it if you're easily triggered, but that's basically what the Black Noodle was for us. It felt like our eyes would gloss over with this darkness that we could not see our way out of. And thankfully for Peach and a few other noodles, they were able to drag us out of there, and we weren't focused on death so much. But yet we were focused on death, idolizing our deceased father, missing him, craving him to come guide us and to help us and show us the way. And yet when things were really terrible, we felt like we were out of control and unable to cope with life. And we felt like we were doomed, and one day the Black Noodle would consume us. Once we really, 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 really had some soul searching and heart to hearts, we recognized it was during one of those moments that the Black and White Noodle combined makes a stronger ally for us in our headspace, because we don't think our father would want us dead, and we don't think the Black Noodle is out to hurt us. We really think it's more like this coach that wants to guide us in a positive way, and maybe to going out about it in a not so positive way. But at the end of the day, it drives us to want things to be better. So the Black and White Noodle might be scary in some ways, but not as scary as it used to be. And so we just have to remember that with our dad's help in the headspace, helping the black noodle not be so tormenting, we think the black and white noodle can be a beneficial member of our crystal city. That's basically why it's black and white, is that it's striving to be better himself. I guess that's how I'm just describing it. That's just the way it is. I don't really know if I can explain it any better than that. But anyways, this was my Katy Perry video. It really did not go the way I expected or wanted it to, or hoped it would. Maybe I can do some fancy things in editing just to liven it up a bit. Maybe I'll chop it up a whole lot so that it's not so long and lengthy and rambly, but you never know how I feel. Sometimes the noodle that edits doesn't want to do a bunch of choppy stuff, and sometimes the noodle that does. So we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for watching my Katy Perry review. We really love the album, and we really recommend it to anybody who is looking to just relate to something good. This is a good album, good songs, really good catchy tunes. We really love it. Thank you so much, Katy Perry. If you'd ever should have watched this, I don't think you ever will, but it'd be so cool if you did. Anyways, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. I just remembered I didn't have my nose on. That's why I spent so much money on it. I got the headband and everything.